While studying in China and researching Chinese history and geography, I met Chinese researchers who invited me and my father, a professor at Moscow University, to join a scientific expedition along the Great Tea Road. The Great Tea Road was a trade road between Asia and Europe in the 18th and 19th century, along which caravans transported tea. It began in China, passes through Mongolia and through Russia to Europe, including land and water roads that traversed over 150 cities. This path facilitated the movement of people and information, goods and ideas, ethnic and religious migrations, caravan trade, and the spread of advanced technologies and philosophical concepts over millennia. Our journey began in the town of Yalandun, the starting point of Tea Road. Here, tea grown, harvested, and processed. From this point, tea bricks were transported by water to Huanggaohu Lake and down Yangtze River to Hankou. We walked along the ancient streets from the Ming and Qing dynasties, lined with wooden shops and stalls. The ancient tea street stretched along the river, where a stone pier for loading tea onto ships has been preserved. A stone bridge used for transporting tea also remains intact. In the local tea house, we tasted authentic Yalandun tea and enjoyed its amazing flavor and aroma. At the table, our teacher Wang explained how tea used to be transported here on one-wheeled carts. They balanced the load by placing sacks of equal weight on each side. The handles of the carts were laid on the shoulders, and people moved in a zigzag fashion. Here, the called single track, on which various one-wheeled carts moved, has been preserved. Here, tea leaves were formed into tea bricks, which were marked with characters Chuan. These characters means river, but in this province it also signified a mark of quality and indicates that the tea was produced in the town of Yalandun. Thus, by following the Great Tea Road, Yalandun tea became an integral part of world civilization. Our next stop was the town of Idu, where an ancient tea road in the forest has been preserved. It's almost unimaginable to envision mules laden with heavy bags of tea making their way up this ancient stone path. Each stone, each step tells a story of the timeless journey of tea. In China, the tea road spanned 8 provinces, where many cultural landmarks are preserved and maintained by local authorities. Tea has become a significant attraction in these areas. That is why our delegation was greeted by the mayor, and we were given a private tour of the factory along with a group of journalists and a documentary film crew. We were shown a tea production factory. There were activated the tea processing machine. They demonstrated the difference between high-quality tea and tea husk, explaining that cheap black tea is made by mixing tea husk with good tea, and tea bags are entirely made of tea husk. We became participants in a documentary film where we were interviewed and shared our expression. It was then I was convinced the idea of making a documentary film along the road of the Great Tea Road. Having been directly on the road, I felt the spirit and atmosphere of this place and possessed historical and geographical knowledge of those areas. When I started my new life in Canada, I decided to make my dream a reality and enrolled in the Toronto Film School.